How would you take today as would you say sigh of relief, or how would you respond to just last 24 hours?
Yeah, I mean, I think the guys are energized. We're all here. I think we felt like we've been playing really good baseball going into the deadline, and obviously had to say goodbye to two people we love, and Shane Bieber and Paul Sewald, which is never easy. Especially Shane, what he meant to Cleveland and this organization, and the pitcher that we all know he is. It's a really hard thing, and he was emotional. We were all emotional saying goodbye, and wish him nothing but the best. He's going to get healthy and go out and pitch well, and that's what we want to see. And Paul was a big part of our bullpen for a majority of the year. Obviously battled through some injuries, and so again, another person that we're going to miss, but wish him well. And but we have our entire active team back, and that's really exciting for us.
All the talk about Kwan, just we talked about this last year. There's like two sides of emotion, right? Like excitement and kind of sadness. How exciting is it to be able to put that name at the top of the lineup still for you?
It's amazing. I even just texting with him last night. Kwani's a huge part of us, and he's a huge part of Cleveland, and pumped that he's here. And you never know. Like we talked about, it's rumors. You don't know it until it's true, and we're just happy that Kwani's here.
How difficult is it to prepare for a team that moved as many guys as they did the last week?
Yeah, they had a busy day. Obviously, we know a lot of the guys that we've seen them from time to time. This is going to be a very good team we're about to play. Obviously, they had a lot. They went through a lot as a team, but the Twins always play us tough here. It's always close games, and I don't expect it to be any different. It's going to be a really difficult series.
So where were you yesterday? Were you here and just sitting in on all of it?
No, I was at home. I was at home with my family. Tried to play wiffle ball in the monsoon. Didn't go very well, and then just kind of hung out. We were watching MLB Network, following it online. Obviously, I was on the phone from time to time, but it was a cool day. It was fun. It was fun to sit back and just watch the baseball world go crazy, and a lot of people going in different directions.
How soon after 6 o'clock are you texting Kwan, or even like before 6 o'clock, I guess?
I waited till about 6:20 because those paperwork moves get in there. Just at 5:59. So give it a little more time. But yeah, I think I texted him around 6:20, 6:30, and just told him can't wait to see you playing left tomorrow. Again, there's a high emotion throughout. You don't know what's right or wrong or indifferent, but I think the thing that gets lost is when you say goodbye, when someone gets traded, you don't know if you'll ever see him again. You definitely won't get the quality time that you get every day when you work together like this. So really excited that Steven's here.
So Ortiz and Clase's lockers were cleared out.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That was like just a logistics move. We weren't sure if we were going to need their lockers, and we know they won't be back before August 31st, so it was just a logistical.
With Shane, how much did you get to know him during the last 2 years with him being hurt and rehabbing and so forth?
Yeah, I wish I could have had more time with Shane. I mean, obviously he spent a majority of the time in Arizona, but he spent enough time here for me to get to know him as a person and a father, a husband, a pitcher, a teammate. Shane's one of the best human beings I've ever been around in this game, and I can't wait to watch him pitch again.
But I don't know what it was like for you as you I know you like to map things out a little bit ahead of time, but did you ever get to the point where you started allowing yourself to think about, okay, Bieber comes back here, we're going to have him for this many starts down the stretch, and now that you know that's not going to happen, where does your mind go next as far as, is there anybody else in the organization?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I had not factored him in at all, because until you hear, hey, Shane's got one more and then he's back, you don't know how the rehab process is going to go, and as soon as you start getting yourself out too far, that's when you have to start changing things. And obviously, it was going to be an easy decision of, okay, Shane's back, let's go. But no, we still feel great about our 5 starters we have. We've got a couple more in AAA that we know could be ready to help us at any time, and I really like the team we have.
Gavin, have you seen? I hate using mature, but what have you seen in Gavin maybe from first time you had him start for you to where he's at now?
The level of confidence that Gavin Williams has grown tremendously. He's pretty quiet, shy last year, and he's really come out of his shell. I think he's really starting to believe in his abilities and how good he is, and he knows that he works really hard. I mean, we've seen him change his delivery 2-3 times. He's added 2 pitches. just the confidence that comes along with that, and he knows he can pitch. So it's been fun to see his personality come out a little bit more this year.
For you, being around pitchers and being around players, how cool is it to see a guy, first round pick, kind of, but have to go through it a little bit to get to kind of where he's trying to go right now?
I think it's going to help him in the long run. I think so many times you see people go through adversity for the first time, deep into their career. And Gavin's gone through some adversity these last couple of years with the injury and performance and all of that. But I think that this is going to help him catapult into one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Talking about guys in AAA who's going to help you. I feel like we haven't asked you about John Means, who's not AAA. Where is John Means right now in his progression?
Yeah, he's throwing live BPs, so he's definitely on the right track progression wise. Again, not going to get too far ahead of where he's at, but he's throwing up down live BPs, feeling really good. So trending in the right direction.
The goal for him to get this year still into game action, like not just up here obviously, but progress to that point in rehab assignment.
Yeah, I think if he continues on the path he is, he'll definitely throw in some games. I don't know where or how, but again, we try not to get too far out ahead. He's doing really well right now, so we want to keep him right there.
When Shane or any pitcher or players on rehab, do you track do you look at their stats or look at any video of them, or you just kind of focus on right here?
I try to stay focused on here. I check the reports and I'll ask questions, but I'm not a pitching person or a medical person, so I just want to make sure that everybody else is happy. All right, then I'm happy. And I watched one of Shane's starts just because it happened to be on in our clubhouse when he was pitching in Arizona, and it's just fun to see. But got our hands full here too.
How does Carlos Hernandez fit?
Yeah, so Carlos, obviously, really good bullpen arm, and so when he does get here, he'll be in our bullpen. So we'll have to make a move. We'll have to see how that works out when he does get to town.
This weekend, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's supposed to get in this weekend.
Coupled with the off day and how everybody performed on Wednesday as the bullpen, and it was about as good a shape as you could have hoped going into this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I think outside of Colby, right, throwing as many pitches as he did the other day, everybody's really fresh and ready to rock. And can't say enough about the job Slade and Logan did leading into a bullpen day to give us 14 innings combined. So we feel really good about where our starting pitching is. We like the composition of our bullpen, and excited to see where we move forward from here.
Did the way the moves you did make and didn't make, or does that, from a confidence standpoint, do you think you're still in this race, or would you like to see them do more to help you, or how do you feel where you guys are sitting right now?
I love where we're sitting. It's been an up and down year. We've gone through a lot. We're going to go through more. It's only inevitable, but to be 3 games back with 54 to go, you couldn't ask for a better position to be in right now. And the confidence is high in that room. We've been playing really good baseball over the last few weeks, and these guys get to continue to do that together. So I think the vibe is great in there right now. Everybody's excited, and we can't wait to take the field tonight.
You guys now know the team that you go forward with. How refreshing is that, and how excited are you for that?
It's definitely nice. I feel like going in July 31st, I mean, even last year when we were full on buy-in, it was kind of like, oh, who are we going to get? But now knowing that we have our guys here and not a lot of people are moving, it's definitely a good thing.
You've been around Kwan your whole career. What's it like to have a friend, a teammate, somebody, your families, or, because I always feel like people on the other side don't get, it's not just about what they see at 7 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
The relationships are so much bigger than that. How cool is it to know, to take that deep breath and know your left fielder is still your left fielder?
I mean, it's definitely awesome. I mean, Kwan's one of my best friends. I mean, like with what you said, I'm not just with him from, 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock. I'm with him. I see him more than, my own family, my own girlfriend, stuff like that. So, and obviously I spend a lot of time with him. And like I said, he's one of my best friends. So it's great to have him stay. I mean, it was an anxious day yesterday.
All right, let's talk rotation. You guys have been the backbone of this thing for the last 2 months. It seems like you guys have caught your stride. Looking outside, not even look at yourself, but looking outside of yourself, what is the one thing that has impressed you about what this group of 5 has been able to do?
I think for me, it's been seeing all 5 of us go deep into games. I feel like we've been seeing Logan go 7 pretty consistently. We've seen Gavin go 6, 7 pretty consistently. I mean, Slade almost had a complete game. It's just one of those things where if we're going deep into games, it's usually a good thing. Like even if we go deep into a game and lose, like we save the bullpen, which is over whatever it is, 6 months, 7 months. Like it's big and it adds up, and keeping those guys fresh. I mean, as you saw, a lot of teams overpaid for a lot of bullpen guys yesterday. So, I mean, it's obviously they think it's super valuable. So keeping our guys as fresh as possible is kind of the main goal.
What have you learned about getting deeper in games?
I mean, I think it's just more of I think when you have certain pitches that, I think I said this before, like having like more weak contact pitches where it's like, I feel like before you rely a lot on punchies to get out innings to like limit damage. But I think with the weak contact pitches, it makes it a lot easier to invite early contact and do all this. And obviously, like with early contact comes a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think having those two things is definitely good.
So the sinker's been big for you because usually if the sinker's going well, running in, you can get some ground balls and double plays.
Yeah, I mean definitely against righties. I feel like you get a guy like lead off base hit or whatever, and like I feel like I've gotten a lot more double plays this year than my last 2 years. I mean, even combined, I don't know the exact numbers, but it feels like it. And I feel like that's just going from guy on first, no one out to no one on, 2 outs is a great feeling.
All right, let me do a quick thing with you. Talk about the other 4 guys quickly in a different way. Take a pitch from them or the pitch that makes you excited. We'll start with Gavin. What pitch that he has that Tanner would love to have in his bank? And when we get done with this, I'm going to let you see what everybody said about you, too.
Okay. Probably take Gavin's curveball.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Gavin's curveball that you love?
I mean, it tunnels really well with everything else. I mean, it comes out pretty straight. And I mean, obviously, you've seen him make a lot of guys look pretty stupid with it. And I mean, it's like that thing sometimes bounces in front of home plate and this guy's swinging. So obviously, there's some deception there, and there's obviously some good profiles there.
Let's go with Slade Cecconi. What stands out to him about it?
Slade Cecconi. I think that's tough because I kind of like his curveball too.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you said that because I won't tell you everything. Slade was like, well, our stuff's kind of alike.
I feel like I'd take Slade's 4-seam.
Okay.
I feel like he locates that thing very well, and he kind of dominates the outer rail on kind of both sides with it. And I mean, even with the sinker too. I mean, he that's like his whole thing of why he's been so efficient is he just dominates one rail with his heater, and he just kind of plays off of that.
It's a pretty smart way to pitch. Let's go lefties. I'm going to say Cantillo, and I kind of know the answer what's coming out. But I think the cool thing about Cantillo is he's got a second pitch that's not far behind now, too.
I mean, his changeup is unbelievable. It is a Bugs Bunny, like, parachute, like, he, like, throws it and he's, like, pulling it back. It's disgusting. I mean, his curveball is gross, too. But, I mean, his changeup, I mean, he throws that thing at will. And if it's anywhere near the zone, I mean, he makes some pretty good hitters look pretty stupid.
Now, Logan, and I said this with Slade, we've got to do a better job explaining what his cutter is doing to set up what he's doing with that sweeper.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with Logan's sweeper, I feel like it's a pitch where when he's throwing it to righties and he's backdooring it, it's a dead take every single time. I mean, it's a ball for 99% of the way, and it just kind of just curves in there last second, and it's a auto strike every single time.
But without that cutter.
Without the cutter, I mean, yeah, because if it's the only thing that moves into you, and it's kind of big and slow, you can kind of sit on it, and you can kind of just like you've seen it, like guys hit it the other way when like his cutters hasn't been super good, but when the cutter's there and it's bearing in on guys, like that big sweeper looks like a ball out of hand for, like I said, like 98% of the time.
All right, I got a big feeling that we got 50-some games left. That means you probably got about 8 starts left, give or take. I think you're about to go on a roll.
Yeah, I think so too.
We've moved past trade deadline.
Yes.
You guys know who you are.
Yeah.
How does that feel like, especially in rotation wise, to know that you guys know who you are going forward?
You know, it's nice. We've got the same group of guys here that have been here the entire year. You know, it's unfortunate seeing a guy like Shane leave. Such a great presence in the clubhouse. Was going to be, you know, making his season debut here pretty soon, but wish him the best. But we got we got the same guys we've had all season, and we know what that team is capable of. We know what it's going to take to get to where we want to go, and that's all we're focused on.
For you, let's talk about the rotation in a whole. You guys have been on a roll for about 2 months. I know you watch each guy, but you got to take care of your part as well. What has been the coolest part about watching each and every guy kind of come out? Like at one time we were like, man, you got to get to 6 innings. Now we're seeing guys get to 7 innings, and now you guys are looking around going, what are you going to do next?
Yeah, I mean, it's a testament to the work that we put in from, all the starters and the relievers to, as well as the coaching staff, to the training staff that keeps us on the field, to, everybody in the building that plays a part in our success. I think everybody works really well in unison. The catchers do a fantastic job of taking a lot of that pitch calling and hitter focus off of us to where we can just go out there and focus on our job of executing pitches and trust them, trust the staff to give us, mechanical or, pitch design cues when needed, and, super easy to focus on your job.
Last 2 starts for you. If I'm wrong, tell me. Maybe didn't have your best stuff. Maybe not having your off-speed stuff. Mm-hmm. What would Slade Cecconi last year have done in those situations compared to what you're doing this year to survive? Yeah. And is it fair to say survival?
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 outings were 2 of my poorest execution rating outings that I judged myself on. And the biggest thing I think was last year I would have found myself in the middle of the outing letting my emotions kind of take over and being angry or frustrated with myself for not having my best stuff, whereas now I understand that that's a part of the game. And it's almost like I keep going back to, like, when things don't go well or aren't going well, you have to get excited. You have to perceive it as a challenge and be like, today's a day where I can differentiate myself and be better because of it. Because when you look around the league, you kind of start to notice that every single pitcher will go out there without their best stuff. I forget the quote. It was like one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Don't quote me on who it was, but said 25% of my outings I went out there with my best stuff. 50% of my outings I went out there with average-ish stuff, and then 25 I had bad stuff that day. I didn't have stuff working. And it's those 25% where you don't have it working that you have to be excited for. You have to anticipate those days and be like, today's a challenge. Don't perceive it as a threat, perceive it as a challenge. And how can I get through this difficult day without my best stuff? What am I going to do? Am I going to cave in, or am I going to, put my nose down and say I'm giving everything I got, and whatever that is, it is.
All right, I'm going to be quick with this. I'm going to ask you, favorite pitch or something you take from other starters. And we'll go quickly. We'll start with tonight's starter, Gavin. What is a pitch he has that you go, damn, I'd love to have that?
All of it.
All of it? Come on, man.
Nasty. He's nasty. We have very similar arsenals. I love my slider, but God, is his good. I would say his slider. I think that's his best pitch.
All right, Bibee. That changeup is nasty.
The changeup's nasty, but as a guy who is completely unable to supinate, his -20, -10 sweeper is like, my jaw drops when I see it move. I was like, how do you make a ball go that far left and down? So I'm going to go with his sweeper.
All right, let's go to the lefties. Let's go to Cantillo. And I know they're lefties. Cantillo's changed. I'll let you. Yeah.
You don't even have to ask that question. You look at that, and it's like he can throw it anywhere in the strike zone to any hitter and get a swing and a miss because it's just such an outlier.
But now that we're watching his curveball, it's got some funk to it too.
I mean, it's huge. It's huge. When he's locating that pitch backdoor below the zone, like, what are you supposed to do?
And I've watched Logan his entire career, and I got to give him credit. And I'll let you answer, but I think we haven't given enough credit to his cutter on righties to set up that sweeper. Now, tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah. Well, he'll go cutter in, and then he'll backdoor sweeper, and it starts in the other batter's box, and hitters just take it because they've already seen tight spin going this way, so they see the same kind of spin going outside, and they're like, oh, he backed up a cutter or backed up a breaking ball, and then it catches the outside corner, and they're walking back to the dugout like, what do I do? And then he sneaks up that, little verti fastball underneath, like VAA fastball on him, and dude, it's a nasty mix.
There's nothing like listening to starters talk about other starters.
I love talking pitching. It gets me going. It gets me excited.
When you woke up this morning, what was your initial feeling?
Another day back at the yard. I feel like a lot of my emotions were yesterday, kind of going through it, but I mean, I felt like I was definitely relieved yesterday to be able to still call this place home, and I woke up. Actually, I had a dentist appointment, so maybe I wasn't so happy. But, it was business as usual, so it was nice this morning.
Glad you brought that up because you had a baseball camp yesterday, correct?
Yeah.
And my wife was like, that was a smart way to keep his mind clear. And I heard it rained out. And I heard instead Steven Kwan stayed and took pictures with every camper. All this true? And how did that help you through the day or not help you through the day?
Yeah, I wish we planned it like that to kind of keep my mind off it. It was obviously planned way before, and it just happened to fall on that day. But, yeah, it was a bummer. We had some kids out of state, so it just felt like kind of a bummer. Logistically, we were trying to, get some stuff in but couldn't, so we were trying to do damage control. So some of the campers left, so not true, not every camper. I wish I could have, but obviously it's a rainy day, no one wants to be there. But I just felt like it was kind of a bummer, like everybody's coming out. Might as well just try to stay there for the time at least allotted and talk to the kids, take a picture, answer a question or two if they had it, and then just try to make that experience memorable. But yeah, it was kind of a bummer that all that rain came.
I mean, you're a human being, and you give all the right answers, and I know you think through it. Is it cool to be wanted, or is it like, you know what I mean? It's like I almost take it back to like high school and like I gotta have a chance to have 2 dates.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's affirming. I think it's cool to you play the game the right way and people recognize that. I think that just further shows that, my daily routines, my daily mentality, how you treat people, how you talk to people, it all kind of adds up. So that's super affirming. It's flattering for sure, but yeah, I just don't know if I was ready to call another place home.
So, in saying that, what does it mean to come here today? And we obviously Shane's gone and Paul, but to know this is a group that you're going to go with and you guys got a chance to get in the playoffs. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we got a good group. We got some momentum going on. The pitching's been solid. I think the hitting's coming around. I mean, I think we got a good shot at things. If we can just capture that momentum and keep going, I think we can make a nice little run.
I know you've been in the league this long, and I'm thinking about the Twin side now. Like, let's forget what we've gone through because you're a baseball player, and you got friends, you got old roommates over there, guys. As a big leaguer, you always dream to be a big leaguer. But, gosh, I don't think people on the other side understand how emotional this is when it comes to family and friends and all the movement through a season. Like, when you see them move that many players, what is that, how does that hit you?
Yeah, it's jarring. It's funny, my agent always talks about that, professional sports is one of the few places where you don't get to choose where you get to work. You just kind of get thrown in the pool, and wherever you go, you go. So on top of not being able to choose where you end up, then you start making these relationships with these friends, and then they get taken away. It's definitely hard. It's hard to regulate. It's hard to kind of just tell yourself this is business, and it's not personal. And it's not personal, I know it's not, but, when you're with somebody for half a year, more than your family, and they get ripped away from you, I mean, I got to imagine that's going to be tough.
All right, next time we talk, I want to have a mic on, and we want to go to the Kwan wall, as Rick Manning has called it. From one Gold Glover to another, he's annoyed at that wall of yours. Now, Albert Bell doesn't know it yet, but that's the Kwan wall.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, when I first came up here with Huddy and he was working on him, he told me Michael Brantley. He was the one who kind of christened that wall and kept a lot of double singles. So I don't know if I deserve the title of that name yet, but I'm trying to work towards it.
Oh, you got it. But now, you got my head. Our boys in the back, we're about to put something together. I'm texting Brant and Albert Bell and tell them this picture is his wall now.
Oh, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything about that. They didn't get mad at you for that.
Wait till you see the film we're going to put with this.
That's exciting. I'm excited to see it.